Hi, Caleb from Brownells here. Back again with Cole from GBRS Group, and today we're talking about belts.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, so we're going to go over the why of this belt, and then we're also going to talk about how to set one up.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, so the why.
Yeah.
Start there. Throughout our history, while in the military and doing a lot of deployments, we had a lot of experience with belts, a lot of needs for belts.
Right.
Carrying, everything from holsters, pouches, med kits, all of that. And throughout the time and history, like technology improved, evolved, designs improved, evolved, and we could never really get a perfect solution. We loved a lot of aspects of different belts, different products, and we really tried to merge those based off of our experience to make this and offer a solution to the end users or hobbyists or competitors, whoever kind of needs this. Even we've had firefighters, a lot of people reach out just because of the construction, the minimalist capabilities that it offers.
Yeah, and that's great because I'm one of those people that personally I like my belt to be as thin as possible,
Right.
but also still rigid. Mm-hmm. And it looks like through that Tegris you achieved just that.
Yeah, so when we first started we had 2, but now our current line, we have 4 sizes. So we went from 2 sizes when we first started the belt all the way to 4, and now the 4 sizes can accommodate any waist from basically 26 inches all the way up to 46 inches. So we have a small, a medium, a large, and XL.
Gotcha. And whenever you're going through the sizes, do they pretty much all have the same amount of MOLLE panels? I would assume not. So
No. So that was a project in itself, figuring out the size small and how you can maximize the MOLLE squares based off of the size range. Same for medium, same for large, same for XL. We wanted to give the max capability we could within the size kind of constraints we were targeting.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that's kind of something I ran into using a different belt in the past. Because I'm a pretty small waist, and I ordered the small, and ended up missing a lot of MOLLE space. And I was like, man, I could have just went medium and closed that gap. But
yeah, I mean that's really important. Like I wear a size large, which based off the measurements, I should really wear a size medium.
Right.
But when you start layering on pants, inner belt, outer belt, I really wanted to maximize the MOLLE squares. And so that's why I wear a large, is have pretty much the tail end all the way dialed in. So I basically have MOLLE all the way around my waist.
Yeah, and that's what I'd pretty much recommend to anyone too. But yeah, so that's really good information to know. And kind of moving on from there, the actual construction of the belt, and I don't want to call it the elephant in the room, but something we addressed in the previous video we did together, the hook and loop being opposite. Let's just real quick reiterate that for maybe the people that didn't see the first video, but why go with an opposite on the hook and loop than other belts in the industry?
We wanted the loop facing towards the body, basically the soft side of the Velcro facing towards the body, just so it wouldn't tear up t-shirts, clothes, pants, and so the soft side rubs against your body and won't grab on you. Another, I think, great aspect to this is if you need to throw it on really quick and you don't have an inner belt, you have the soft side facing against you.
Oh, that's a really good point.
So like whatever environment, whatever you need to do, or you just want to throw over some clothes, training, real world, whatever it is.
Yeah.
This side will face your body and still not tear up any clothes or anything.
Yeah, excellent. That's a really good point as well.
Yeah, on the loop it's 1 3/4. Then we have type 13 webbing. That's 1 3/4, 3/4 inch binding tape, and then 12-layer Tegris, which is a thermoplastic that provides enough rigidity but flexibility as well. So that really helps dial in the whole system and belt. And then we have Austria Alpine buckle, rated to about 3,200 pounds. They say don't repel from it. We've done a lot of load testing on it. We've taken it up to, I think, just over 6,000 pounds.
Okay.
Before it snaps, and really, when that's happened, it basically sucks out the friction bar out of the buckle.
Gotcha.
But because of the buckle and its rating, 3,200 pounds, but I would feel like I wouldn't want 3,200 pounds.
No, yeah.
So
You're
very sturdy.
absolutely right. Yeah. So okay, that's another good bit of information there too. And if you've never used a Cobra style buckle on your belt before, these things are absolutely amazing.
And then the inner belt, just to hit on that, Again, comes as a system. You get the outer belt, the inner belt. The construction of it is 1.5 inch It is 1.5 inch single layer scuba webbing.
Okay.
And then, we have hook and loop, so you can fit it to you, and it'll become a non-metallic belt as well if you flip it inside out and wear it this way.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so it's reversible.
So yeah, and we really updated our inner belt system a couple belts ago because the feedback we were getting, the type of Velcro, people really wanted a little more rigidity in their inner belt, and so the single layer scuba webbing offers that.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's really excellent. So you keep saying scuba webbing. I have no idea what that is.
Well, it goes into kind of the treatment of the material, the rigidity of it. Our reference of scuba webbing is like if you were actually to go scuba diving, those weight belts.
Yes.
So those weight belts, it has that rigidity and treatment.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, now that I'm painting the picture in my mind now, that makes sense. Okay. And let's just kind of jump into setting one up now. So this is your belt. Keep in mind, he's a lefty, so we're going to be setting it up for a lefty. But if you're a right-handed shooter, just do all of this for right-handed, and also keep in mind that you don't have to do it exactly like this, right? You got to do what works for you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, let's just take it away.
All right, so we already have our med kit mounted back here.
Right.
The biggest thing is you want to center this in the middle of your back.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you can put it wherever you want, but putting it in the middle of your back, it allows ambidextrous reach, right or left-handed.
Right.
Keeps it kind of out of the way. And this pouch, too, we've designed it around the Focus ETK med kit. So it's very slim against your back. So if you're sitting in a car, helicopter, you name it, it's just kind of out of the way. But also, we want it to be low enough to where if you're wearing body armor or something, that it wouldn't be sticking up on it.
Yeah.
And then we have the ambidextrous tourniquet behind that as well.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, putting that right behind your back, it'll take a little measurement, but that's where that is. I think on the pistol rifle pouches, a lot of people have different pouches. You can mount those. It's MOLLE compatible, so if somebody has a favorite pouch that they want to use, it's not restricting that. Big things is that you MOLLE weave it in between the Tegris and the webbing.
Okay.
So it keeps it nice and tight and secure. And a lot of times people will miss kind of the MOLLE webbing. So it's MOLLE webbing between the top bar, the open circle, and then down through the top bar and securing it. You can do it 45-degree angle, straight up and down. And depending on whether you want it more up front or kind of on the side, you just place it wherever you like. I prefer more on the side, a little slimmer, just kind of up front.
Yep.
But it's kind of up to that individual.
Yeah, so I assume, if you're going to be doing a lot of like prone shooting, obviously you want to kind of keep your front a little more pulled back, or depending on vehicle use.
Yeah. Depends on, vehicle use and kind of the intended use of it.
Right. Yeah, so you got to, and also, once he gets it set up and once you get it set up, if something isn't working for you, don't be afraid to change it and move stuff around.
I mean, that's a big thing, especially going on the range, building it, using it. If it's not working for you, adjust it.
Yeah.
Like adjust it to you. Like here's some recommendations, but fit it to whatever your intention and need is.
Yeah, and I can't tell you like how many times I've been on the range at like competitions and stuff like that, and people are complaining about their kid. Like, yeah, man, I hate the way this. I'm like, dude, change it. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously not right now, but why are you here with it like that? So yeah, that's a big thing there. All right, so with all that being said, what would you install first, or does it really matter?
Between, I'll say, rifle, pistol, and whatever you're using for your holster, doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's up to that individual. For today's sake, let's just start with the holster.
Okay, great. I'll slide this over to you.
So big thing before all of this is fitting the belt to yourself and adjusting it. And the way you adjust it is with this piece right here. Now I've already kind of hot knifed and cut this down, so I didn't have a lot of excess right here. But adjusting it with the friction and fitting it to your needs.
Okay. Yep. So just fit that to your waist, and then you can cut off if there's too much excess, don't be afraid to cut it.
Yep. Just S-fold it back, and this will keep it nice and snug.
Yeah, and it comes with that little one wrap, so you can keep everything nice and secure.
Yeah, and I like putting rigger's tape on it as well.
Okay.
On that.
Yep, makes sense.
So fitting it, once it's fitted, figuring out where you would like kind of your holster to sit and the MOLLE squares.
Okay, yeah.
Because a lot of times people mount it too back, too forward, then they have to adjust it again. So it's kind of like measure twice, cut once.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
yeah.
figuring out which MOLLE squares you want to use. We're a big fan of the True North Concepts modular holster adapter. It's very rigid. Once you get it on there, it stays on there. From our past experience and history, a lot of the other solutions were bulky, wouldn't stay exactly where we want it. They would slide around. So once you mount that, it stays right where you want it.
Yeah, and I know like this one's already set up, and if you're curious on how to set it up, we already have a video on that, so you can go check that one out, and that'll get you to this point right here. The only difference would be that your leg strap is the GBRS leg strap instead of the True North one, but it installs the same way. So there's that.
So mounting the MHA, we already have our pre-designated MOLLE squares.
And I noticed like those were already pretty open.
Yeah.
If you're putting it in the MOLLE squares and they're pretty tight. What's the screwdriver?
Yeah, some options I use just a flathead screwdriver. Use your thumb and push down on that Type 13 webbing, and it'll give a little gap.
Yeah, and you can season it if you will.
Yeah, you can season it, and then have that bar follow right through there.
Perfect. All right, so you know where you want your holster.
Yep.
You're gonna go ahead and install that MHA modular holster adapter.
And things I always do with this, I just get them all just tightened in there, so I have enough space to get the spacers.
Yeah.
Just kind of hand tight, get the first few threads in there, so I still have a gap in here.
Yeah, that's definitely the best way to do it, I found as well. Don't try and tighten one screw completely and then go into the next one. Get them all nice in there, loose, and then just torque them down whenever they're all set. And I say torque, I mean you can put some Vibratite on there as well, on those threads, when you tighten them down. And there's no like actual torque spec for them, you just snug them up.
One other thing you can do, especially once you know it's where you want it, and I say that you've worn it for a couple of days, couple times at the range, you can back the screws out, put a little Loctite in there.
Yeah.
Just for some comfort. I've never had these back out, but I know some people like Loctiting.
Yeah, just the key there is just make sure it's where you want it before you do that, because you'll be able to get it off. It's just not nearly as easy.
So got that mounted.
Great.
So again, belt fitting right where you want it. Deciding where you want your pouches to go. I would start with pistol first, just because if I want to mount them right here and then I mount, my rifle right here, there's a lot of space.
Right.
Maybe I may not like that. Also, if I want to kind of move it out of my way, I can mount these right here and free up space right here.
Sure.
Depending on what you want to carry.
Yep. Excellent. Let's do it. And all this stuff is available separately. So if you wanted to run, 4 pistol, you could.
Yeah.
Right.
And actually, our pouch, I'm not sure about other pouches, but especially on the range, 2 pistol, you can put 2 other double stack pistols in there. They hold it pretty tight.
There you go.
The way I had this mounted was a single rifle, double pistol,
Okay.
which allowed some space if I wanted to add another rifle if I wanted to add some more pistol, it was kind of a middle and in between.
That makes, yeah, that's nice. That makes sense.
But same way with mounting it, if it's tight, you can create some room in here.
Great.
And just starting off with one, you can start with the front or back, but just getting it through here.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I know like a lot of people's instincts, especially those who haven't really weaved MOLLE before, their instinct is just going to be go straight through and not
Yep.
weave it. But
Yeah.
you want to come up and weave it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, they just go all the way through and then they have it down right here, and what you'll see is the mag pouch will flap around.
Right.
So, making sure you do the MOLLE correct. 2, I would always check, because I've done it, that you're mounting it right side up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you get get it to this point, put it on real quick, just make sure like, oh, like I've done it, it
coming out the
happens.
bottom. Yeah.
Yep. Pull that through. So pull these nice and tight down. Then you'll go back through this Tegris piece.
Yep.
And this is where, especially with 2 MOLLE pieces, I'll get these kind of set right here, and then pull them down and cinch them down like that.
Great.
So, getting it nice and tight. Then I'll get these pieces back in here. Now this will work, but these flaps are designed to tuck this all the way in. So it'll help lock it in. Because if these are not tucked in, at some point this MOLLE could get pulled out.
So you just want to make sure it's all the way in there.
Yeah, so it's nice and
Okay.
clean like that.
Tuck the tail and you're good to go.
Yep. So
Alright.
with the double pistol, again, you can pick to choose it right here. It depends the location that you like. I want to keep it snugged up against my single rifle. Get that first MOLLE in there. So pull that nice and tight so you have as much flexibility to continue modeling it. May be a little tough once you start mounting pouches next to each other.
Right.
You just have to massage it, work through it a little bit. I always say if you're not sweating when you're building your kit, you're not doing it.
Yeah, that's interesting. And MOLLE can be tedious to work with, but there's a reason we still use it, right?
Yeah.
So
So we got it MOLLE through that first on the pouch. Now we're getting it MOLLE through the Tegris layer on the belt. So I have it just pulled out half, and then I'll again pull it tight like that. So then we'll flip it around. You have to come at a little bit of an angle just because of the tolerance, and again tucking these tabs in there.
all right. And now that you got those in there, I do have a question.
Yep.
What's the best way to get it apart if you try something, it doesn't work out, you need to change it, other than just trying to like rip those suckers out of there? Is there a good method?
Question.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah. Needle nose pliers.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Needle nose pliers.
Which, I mean, pretty much everybody either has or should have.
Yeah, basically just get a grab of it and rotate it out.
Okay, easy enough.
Get it out.
And then just unweave it by hand from there.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So that's what I'd say is how you mount pouches and holster adapters.
Excellent. Yeah, so really good info there, and I think that that should pretty much walk anyone through it who's taking a crack at it. So if you just got your belt, hopefully this video helps you out getting it installed correctly. And as we mentioned before, don't be scared to move stuff around. And this isn't the limit of what you can put on it. As he mentioned before, you can add whatever you need to your belt. So with that being said, if you do have any questions or comments or concerns, whatever, feel free to post them down below. and we'd be happy to help you out. So thanks for joining us,
Yeah.
and we'll see you next time.